the bridge between a bone conduction headphone and an in-ear monitor. We now have this. Hello and thank you for clicking on this video where I'll be talking about another type of earbuds. This is the Truefree 01, which is another Bluetooth earbuds, but it's not bone conduction, nor is it an in-ear, so it's an open ear design. So I'm very curious to see if it's at least better than the bone conduction headphone, or could it possibly reach the levels of an in-ear earbuds. But before we begin, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Truefree for sending this unit in exchange for my honest feedback, but as always, they will have no influence over my feedback, and all thoughts and opinions are my own. If you've been enjoying the content, a sub to the channel and a like to the video will be greatly appreciated. Now that's all out of the way, let's talk unboxing. Which there isn't much to talk about. It's the same as all other Bluetooth earbuds. You get a case with the earbuds themselves and cable. The case feels very plasticky and the reset button is inside the case rather than outside. I'm honestly not a huge fan of the case, as it feels really cheap, but at least it has a smooth open and close feeling and it's really lightweight. For the design of the earbuds themselves, think of an ear hook with some pieces at either ends. That pretty much sums up the Truefree earbuds. It has some elasticity to it, but it still has some sturdiness to it as well, and it doesn't feel as cheap as the case itself, which is good. It apparently has IPX4 rating, so you can sweat on this, but again, no pool dunking. It's actually pretty comfortable wearing these. I mean, it's essentially an ear hook, but few things I have to point out. It does get in the way a little bit for spectacle wearing people, and due to the original shape of it, it's meant for slightly bigger ears. So I've let some of my female friends try this, and due to the size of it and the position of the speaker in relation to the size, they can't seem to get the right fit for it. But on my ears, it seems to be fine. Also, a few other features to note. On paper, it has 10 hours of playtime with a total of 45 hours with the case, and my experience seems to be similar to that. It's got touch control similar to any other earbuds, which I'll leave a user guide video link in the pinned comments below, but it's similar in a sense where double tap is pause or play track, triple tap on either side has its features, hold will forward track, so on and so forth. Also, it has 4 microphones and this is how it sounds. This is a microphone test of the Truefree 01 and this is how it sounds like. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. This is testing the microphone on the MacBook Pro and this is how it sounds like. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Being an open ear bud design, there's just no hiding this because the sound does leak a little bit, or at least compared to an in-ear, which is obvious. But I don't think it leaks as much as the bone conduction headphones I've tried, but I still think the experience is comparable, and it's understandable due to the nature of the design. But if you're purchasing this hoping that whatever you hear is safe with you, I'm sorry to break it to you, is not, especially in a quiet environment. And here's a test on how much sound is leaking from the Truefree 01, so just something to note. Also, another thing to point out is when you're on a busy road, because of the open design as well, unfortunately, the volume on the Truefree 01 just wasn't loud enough to mask the outside noise. Also, I think I've been too used to sound peaks because the lack of software or customizability on the Truefree 01 is felt, and I kind of wish we had some form of app for future revisions, and especially a custom EQ setting to bring up some aspects of the sound that seems to be lacking. But before we explore the sound, let's get some expectations set here first. It's an open back design. There's no seal inside your ear, everything is bleeding out into the air. Typically with that kind of design, one aspect of the frequency gets impacted the most, and yep, you guessed it right, it's the bass. I'm hearing bass slam at informative levels, which means I hear it, sure, but not feeling it whatsoever. The note is really flat, there's little to no sub bass, which is really sad again. I understand why, again, due to the nature of the design, but it still hurts my musical enjoyment, and this is at maximum volume, mind you. I guess the mid-range is all these kind of earbuds have going for it. It's great for podcasts and audio with a lot of talking, but if you want to talk about music, I hear the vocals and a little bit of the background music is at audible levels. There's not a lot of note weight to the vocals, it's just there. I guess one good thing is that the treble is smooth because it's not in your ear, so any sharpness won't be piercing your brain anytime soon, but it really hurts instruments with air. It sounds really veiled and not powerful whatsoever. It sounds very far away from you. If you're absolutely sensitive to any kind of treble, the Truefree 01 is the safest option for you. It's like getting hit by a pillow. I can almost guarantee the Truefree 01's treble will not hurt you. I guess another feature it has is that it has soundstage. Again, due to the nature of the design, it's playing sound outside of your ear instead of in your ear, but there's just not enough brought out from the frequency to help fill in that soundstage. So there's a bit of macro details, but not a lot of micro details that you would typically hear from IAMs. The presentation is mostly at center where the vocals are, and busy tracks don't sound busy because a lot of the details are lost in the air. So to sum it all up, the Truefree 01 exists for the same reasons as all other open-ended earbud or bone conduction headphone, is to ensure that you're able to hear your surroundings while still have some form of sound to accompany your walks or run. And for that reason, the Truefree 01 achieves that. And I would actually prefer this type of earbud compared to the bone conduction headphone for that purpose, but just not for musical enjoyment, at least for me, if I'm being really honest. And while the Truefree 01 sounds acceptable at best for what it is, it will still not replace any in-ear style earbuds for me personally. Bring the Truefree 01 for a jog, but don't be throwing out any IEMs anytime soon. However, these are based on my own personal experience and I'm curious to know yours. Would you be considering the Truefree 01 as your daily driver, or do you think there's actually another open style earbuds that may be better? Comment below, let me know, and once again thank you to Truefree for this opportunity and to all of you for watching. Until the next experience, take care.